Hey friends, welcome back to Rita Talks. I'm Rita, and on this YouTube channel, I just share some of the thoughts, ideas that I've been thinking about. And in today's video, I just want to talk about, some machine learning stuff because I really, really miss it. I did my interviews for this role change, I don't know when, maybe about a month or so ago, maybe a bit more than that. And I'm still waiting for the outcome. I don't know what's gonna happen, uh, but I know one thing for sure is that I really miss studying machine learning. And basically, I just realized that again today because I was editing one of these Rita Talks videos. I think it's the video number 45 on the channel. So I think I called it my what did I call it? My something therapy. Anyway, my version of therapy. I think that's what I called it. And basically, honestly, I really enjoyed editing that video because I had so much energy that day. And it kind of reminded, like, it was during the period when I was preparing or basically just ramping up the preparations for my applied science interviews, and I just got this vibe from that video, like that I really really enjoyed what I was doing, and I was just so happy that like basically I just felt that it radiated through the video and it just touched me. Today I was editing it, and it made me realize that I actually haven't studied any machine learning since the end of the interviews, because I've been focusing on other things, like training for my half marathon that's gonna come up in less than a week. Wow, I can't believe that it's gonna be in less than a week. Actually, today I did my second, like my longest run ever in my life. I think it was a tiny bit less than 18 kilometers, and I think I did it in like 2 hours, between 2 hours 15 minutes and 2 hours 30. I was going like, if you include the breaks, because I took some breaks, but that was cool because yesterday I didn't run that much, Friday didn't run that much, Thursday I did not run at all actually on Thursday. And that was so cool. Honestly, it was not as hard today as I was expecting it to be, but I think it's because the past few days I really gave my body some rest because I needed it because uh, like I'm on my period, so like today is the third day, but today, like usually the third day, it starts to get easy again. When it comes to my period, like usually the worst days for me are honestly the day right before my period, because my mood just like is completely terrible. Usually, the first day of my period and the second day of my period is usually the worst, I think. But after that, I think it's completely manageable, and today was that. And so it felt good going on the run in the afternoon. I was really happy with how it turned out, and I was also listening to this 3 hour long episode on the Co-cast between Danko and Dicky Bosch, and basically it's called Danko and Dicky Bosch on one-person businesses, creative workflows, and lifestyle design. And I just really, really enjoyed it. I took so many notes, like from this episode. It was just so cool. One thing that I like, one of my main takeaways is basically actually this idea about takeaways on podcasts, and basically it's like towards the end of the episode, and I think it was Dicky Bosch. He was suggesting, for any future podcast episodes that I listen to, or basically that whoever was listening to the podcast uh, like he was not addressing it to me directly, but he was addressing it to the listeners of the Danco podcast. But anyway, like he said that he writes three takeaways from any podcast that he listens to, and this is something that I actually want to be more intentional about in future podcast episodes that I listen to, because I've been listening to a lot of podcasts lately, and sometimes I take notes, sometimes I don't. But I really like this idea of just taking away, like writing down three takeaways from every single podcast that I listen to, so that it makes the podcast not just some content that you consumed, but actually like information that I'm able to store in my second brain, which is my notes app, like my Apple Notes app. And it's really, actually, I've been really enjoying it overall. And one thing that I also really enjoyed about this podcast episode is that they were talking about the creator economy, and basically, as a person, like if you want to get started in this whole creator economy, that you should just start sharing the things that you're doing and the things that you're learning, and basically like actually that's something that resonates with me a lot, because that's actually what I'm trying to do in this channel, is just to document my journey and the things that I'm going through on a day-to-day basis, and just basically opening up my mind and taking everything that's happening in here and making it and speaking it out loud into a camera. And yeah, it's just super cool. I really, really enjoy this podcast. And it just gives me a lot of hope about this YouTube thing, because it's especially when I start doubting myself, it's you know, it's definitely a help to be listening to these people, because it just basically reinforces this identity of doing YouTube and like creating online and sharing thoughts and ideas online. And it just gives me hope about the future. But yeah, like that was the few things that I was thinking about today. I really, really want to get back to machine learning. I really miss it. Yeah, today, yeah, I think I'm gonna get back to it as soon as I'm done with these few things that I have on my plate right now. And I really can't wait, because I really miss it. Like I just realized today, and it's like uh, it gave me, like, just thinking about it gave me so much joy. Like I was just editing the video, like I don't know, 15 minutes ago, and now I'm like just so happy, because like I forgot what this feeling that I get whenever I work on machine learning and mathematics, and just I love this area so much, and it gives me so much joy to be able to work on those topics, and hopefully I'll be able to do that as part of my day job. But if that does not pan out, I will still work on it, because I really, really enjoy it, and I don't want to forget about that aspect of my life, just because I'm not able to make it part of my day job. And yeah, I just uh, you know, I just want to remember that, Rita, please remember this aspect of your life that you really enjoy. Sometimes you will get away from it, but just please, 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 please remember like this part. I know you love it, and I think the time coming up to my interview was probably one of the happiest moments of my life. I was just so happy that back then. Not as much right now, because I'm in this period of uncertainty where I don't know what's gonna come up next, and maybe, as I shared in yesterday's video, I'm just Having a tough time, to be honest. Like, not being able to know is just not a good feeling, and our brains, they're not wired to deal well with uncertainty, and basically uncertainty kind of triggers this stress response in our brains. And so I just try to stay in the present moment and not worry too much about this. But yeah, also something today, which was also super cool, is that I was tutoring this girl. I was helping her with some project that she has for school, and it was super cool because I was doing some JavaScript stuff, and I haven't done that in a while because uh, those are just not the tasks that I'm currently working on. But it was super cool to actually like remember that I actually know how to do that stuff because I learned it in the first 6 months of starting this job that I'm currently in, and that's what I was working on for 6 months. And yeah, it was super cool to know that I still have that knowledge and that I can always draw from it. And it was really cool to help her, try to help her with her project. And I actually really love tutoring. It just feels good to be able to help other people. And yeah, I just enjoy this feeling of being helpful, and it just gives me hope. And it also kind of reminds me of the abilities that I have and that I might have forgotten about. Uh, but uh, but yeah, I have learned a lot of things throughout my life, even though I forget all of those things, like which things that I did, which things that I didn't. And I guess that's also one of the main reasons that I want to to keep doing this thing, this Rita Talks thing, where the goal is just to keep reminding myself of all of the things that I'm capable of, and uh, use that as fuel on the bad days. Maybe like yesterday when I was not feeling so great, to be honest. But yeah, just like keep the hope going. Maybe have this like eternal energy machine, a bit like what's that series slash film Snowpiercer? Like they have this eternal engine on the train. Now I'm trying to build an eternal energy machine for myself just by leveraging my past self, I guess, and just remembering uh, different moments of my life, and basically having this memory that I can draw upon because it's actually physically recorded somewhere, and it just allows me to go back and look back on those things, because sometimes life goes on so fast you forget to like you actually forget what happened, and just having an actual record of what's happening in my life throughout different periods of my life is just really helpful. And like basically for example, the video that I edited today, I had completely forgotten what I was talking about, that I had filmed this video altogether. And yeah, it just gave me so much energy, and I had forgotten what it felt like to be in that moment, and just watching it and editing it just gave me so much energy, and basically is allowing me to create this video, which hopefully will give some energy to my future self, and basically it will just be my eternal energy engine, fueled by myself, I guess, my past self. So yeah, I mean, this is not like hubris thing. Like I'm not doing this to satisfy my ego, because I'm just doing this. Uh, like the main reason that I want my energy to come from me, because I truly believe that joy should come from within and not from like my joy as a person should come from me, rather not from other people. And you know, I can't rely on someone else to give me, like, to make me happy. I need to be happy from within, and I think this is a good way for me to keep that joy going, because I'm just leveraging my past self to give my present or future self energy, and because I can't rely on other people, because I can't control what other people actually do. I can control what I do. So I can just use that to fuel my future self. It's the same, like, the way that I view it is a bit like breathing. Like, why is breathing such like an effective technique, like focusing on breathing, meditation, all that stuff, like when you just focus on your breath. And that's because, you know, breathing, like just being able to inhale and exhale, is something that has been with us since the moment that we were born, and that's something that will stay with us until the moment we die. And it's the one constant that we will have throughout our lives. I mean, maybe there are some exceptions to this, but I can't think of any at this point. But yeah, like it's like the one constant, and basically using the same principle that like joy should come from within. I want my joy to come from my past self, and leveraging my past self's energy to fuel my present and future self. And basically just trying to create this positive feedback loop of energy that will just keep me going. And it's a healthy way to do it, because it's all within my control. And as long as I keep doing this, I will have an infinite, uh, theoretically, an infinite source of energy to draw from whenever I'm not feeling so good. So I guess that's the hope. I mean, I don't know how, like, what's the longevity of this, to be honest. I just figured that this might work. And so far, it's working. I mean, it's not working maybe at 100%. Like, I don't know. I still have highs and lows, because those are just part of life. But it's kind of helpful to have something to look back on and to learn from, or like just remember how silly, like the silly things that we said and the silly things that we thought. And you know, I just kind of enjoy it. I hope this does not come across as like I don't know, egotistical or arrogant or anything like that. Like, just the point here is to make sure that my joy and energy comes from myself, and does not depend on an external factor. And yeah, that's the hope, I guess. And or at least that's how I thought about it in my head. I don't know if it makes any sense, but I hope it does, because in my head it did make some sense. Not sure how well that translates into the actual world, but we'll see. Time will tell. As long as I keep going, keep doing this, no matter if things are good, no matter if things are bad, just keep going. I believe in you. I believe in me, I guess. I don't know. In my future self. Yeah, just sending out some good vibes and good energy to anyone who's watching this. It might be my future self, or it might be some other people who are uh, looking onto this channel for maybe some energy for themselves too. So yeah, thanks a lot for tuning in today. You can click here to watch my previous video on this channel, so the one that I filmed yesterday, and you can click here to watch my latest video on the channel overall. So yeah, I hope you have a fantastic rest of day, night, whichever time of day it is where you are right now. Bye for now, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye!